Morning, everybody. Oh, getting comfortable. Okay, so Friday the 5th of November, day 6. Today we have Venus going into Capricorn, where she will have a retrograde in December. Not going to talk much about that now, but I will be doing some readings, things about that in November. Also, we have Mercury moving into Scorpio, where he will join the Sun and Mars for a few weeks. Okay, so how was your new moon? I've had to pre-record yesterday and today's readings early and schedule them to be released because I'm away at a funeral currently. But I'll be back live for tomorrow, and will feed back about my experiences over the new moon. Then I will also see if we need to do any changes to this setup or not. So yeah, I'll be really interested in hearing how the new moon's been for you. Okay, so let's get straight on and let's do today's reading. So, seeing as we're on the outside of the new moon, coming away from it into the new cycle, new beginning, let's see what the messages are from Spirit for today. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for today? Friday, the 5th of November, 2021. What do we need to know? Pick some cards. Okay, let's just see what have we got. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we've got milk and honey. Regeneration. And soulmates. Okay, so this really nice selection of cards there. So milk and honey talks to us of abundance. We've got a beautiful rainbow coming across the card, and there's an elephant actually swimming and bathing in milk, which always makes me smile. Honey talks about sort of the sweetness of life. So this is a really positive card. Regeneration is one of my favourite cards of the deck. I just love the way all this hot, fiery energy is coming up through the earth and rejuvenating this tree. And I always see it as a real indication of transformation and renewal and regeneration, new life coming back in. And if we look at the top of this card, I don't know if you can see it, but we can see sort of the crystalline light energy coming down from above as well. So it's almost like we're being regenerated through our roots and coming up, the divine feminine fiery earth energy coming up, and then the crystalline light energy coming down, and the divine masculine. And then we've got soulmates. So yesterday I talked about the finding lost parts of ourselves and bringing them back into us at the new moon. This card really talks to me about that union. As I said before, I'm all about the internal journey rather than sort of external twin flames, soulmates, whatever. I'm sure we do have soulmates and twin flames, etc. in this life. But for me, the journey and the transition and the transformation in life is about harmonizing all these internal parts and making ourselves whole, and then we don't have to look outwards to find other people to fill us up because we're already full ourselves. And that means that sort of when we do find partnership out in the world and things, then we come from a more complete place where we're not actually wanting those people to fill up our gaps. Okay, so let's get on and do some cards. So I thought today I would use my Mary L deck. This is quite a spiritual deck. I think it is anyway. Again, journeys of transformation and bringing back the lost parts of ourselves into, and I think sort of the subtitle on this deck is something like landscapes of the abyss or something like that. And I always see it as quite a sort of magical journey and a magical deck. So what do we need to know for today? Right, let me just take my glasses off because I'm aware that the window dazzles them. And if we've got a north facing room here, and so the best place for lighting and everything is in the window here. The rest of the room can be a bit dark, so which is why I've set up here as my first option. Obviously, depending on your feedback and everything, it may be that we move to the table at the other end of the room and set up lighting and things there if that's going to be better. Oops. Okay. Just going to flip those over because there was too many there, but we've got another one coming out there. Okay. If a big bundle of cards turns over in the deck, then you usually turn them back and put them back in. And because it's normally not all of them that want to come out, there might be one or two that want to come out. And if they're destined to come out, they will come out anyway in the reading. If it's a single card that flips over, or two, then I will take those out. So we've got 4 cards flipped out so far at the moment. Okay, so these are all special messages for us for the reading. So I'll carry on, do the reading, and then see where they fit in at the end. So I'm just going to put those over there. Okay. So, cards. Okay, at the centre of the reading, we've got the Empress, 6 of Discs, 3 of Discs, the 7 of Discs, the Chariot, the 9 of Discs, the King of Discs, and the 5 of Wands. And at the bottom of the disc, we have Death. Okay. And then the 4 cards that fell out, we have the 4 of Wands, Three of Wands, the Hermit, and the Lovers. Okay, so where we are now, we have the Empress, and the Empress is really about creativity and abundance and new life and fertility, not just physical fertility, but fertility of the mind, fertility of the emotions, fertility to create in our lives, whether it is a baby or it's a new career or a new interest or something. It just sparks our creativity. So we're in sort of quite a good place of potential at the moment. Okay. In the background, we have the Six of Discs. This has come out quite a few times this week, and the Six of Discs is about generosity and give and take and balance and harmony. Can be working together. And I say that because the next card that comes out is the Three of Discs, and the Three of Discs is about working together and getting mastery over your skills and things. So far we've got a lot of cooperation, we've got creativity coming out, and this all indicates to me about building something new. Then we've got the Seven of Discs. And the Seven of Discs is about sort of patience and letting everything grow and develop in its own cycle. And it's, you know, sort of we've planted the seeds and we've watered, and the rain and the sun and everything is having its effect on the seeds that we've planted, and we just have to be patient and to wait for the growth, the new growth to come through. Okay, and this new growth could be new ideas, or, you know, new parts of ourselves or integrated parts of ourselves growing together and integrating into a new us. Okay, and then we have the Chariot. This is one of my favourite cards in the deck. I think it's absolutely beautiful with the wolves and everything. And the Chariot is about, in traditional decks, is about riding sort of to victory, harnessing all your energies and sort of being able to ride to victory in some area in our lives. To me, in this reading, it's talking about sort of not worrying that our victory is assured in this journey. Or that might be a message for somebody that's watching that is maybe doubting themselves at the moment. Be assured that you're on the right path, and sort of there is the potential for riding to victory. Next to that, we have the Nine of Discs, which is about confidence and courage and independence and standing strong in yourself. Just believing in yourself and knowing that you can do it. Then what's working for us is the King of Discs. There's quite a fruity card in this deck, which always makes me smile. And the King of Discs, or the King of Pentacles, is about stability and security, money in the bank, and setting firm foundations for yourself, and just knowing that you're surrounded by abundance and things like that, and you have all these resources that you can tap into, and just feeling safe and secure in that. Okay, what's working against you, or where we limit ourselves, or the obstacles we find, is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands talks about minor irritations and things, inconveniences and annoyances. In the Thoth deck, which I use a lot, it's called Strife. And it just makes me think of all those little daily struggles that we have to work with, and that could just really annoy us. You know, things taking longer than we want them to, or just struggling with just little annoyances in life. So, yeah, we're working on this new beginning and everything, and things are coming together, but have patience. There will be niggles and annoyances on the way, but you know what? You know, that's just part of life and everything, and don't let them get to you. Don't doubt yourself. Have confidence. Know that you're on the right path. At the bottom of the deck was Death, which is a card of transformation. And it really just sums up the whole journey thing that we're on here, that we're in the midst of this transformation, and in the next few days we'll start seeing the first light of where we're going. Okay, which brings me back to this, the patience. You can see in the sky between the mountains, the sun coming out of the eclipse. So I see eclipses, they're a bit similar to new moons, where sort of the light in an eclipse, the light of the sun is hidden by the moon, and is a journey, a transformation. A new moon where there's no sun to shine on the moon, again is a time of transformation. Okay, so 4 cards jumped out. The Four of Wands, sometimes you see it with just 4 wands sticking up looking like 1111. This is a portal that we're going through. This is the portal of transformation that we're going through. The Three of Wands is about manifestation, and the journey of manifestation that we're beginning. And then we've got the Hermit, and again I've said this to you before about the Hermit, about going inwards on this journey, finding the light within. And then we have the Lovers, which is about uniting the different parts of ourselves within. For me, it's always about the divine masculine, the divine feminine sides of ourselves, and bringing those into harmony and balance. Often, as we're growing up and coming to our adult life, we often find that we rely on one side of our being than the other, that more sort of rational masculine side, and going out and being goal orientated and doing sort of things from the masculine side of ourselves, or from the feminine side, and being more reflective and intuitive and yielding. And the journey, the transformation is to bring these two parts of ourselves into harmony, so they work together in flux and flow. And so when we need to bring more feminine, we can bring those sides of ourselves out, and then when we need to be more masculine in life, we can bring that side of ourselves out. But just and keeping them in harmony within ourselves. So that's today's reading. I'd like to hear your feedback and whether this resonates with you or speaks to what you're going through at the moment. If you do like this channel, please like, share and subscribe, clicking on the wiggly bell so you'll get notifications. If you're interested in having a personal reading from me, then there's a link below to Spirit of Life Alchemy email address, and you can contact me through there until my website's up and running. Okay, well, thank you, and I look forward to joining with you all tomorrow, and yeah, until then, have a wonderful day.